Hi, it's Joe with Window World. Today we're at Jeremy and Brittany's house, and we're going to talk to Jeremy about how he came about this house and about the project we're doing today. So, Jeremy, tell me about the house and how you discovered it and what made you pick this house.
About 2015, we're looking around. At that point, we were thinking about starting a family, looking just basically to expand. We wanted to put roots down in Evansville. And so we began the search, and it was absolutely grueling. Luckily at the time, we were first homeowners, so we had a little bit better rates to kind of go with, but this was actually the last one on the list that we were looking at. We drove over, walked inside, and you've been inside. The living room is just absolutely massive. If you see everything from this point of the brick right here on over, didn't exist at that time. The house was actually just this section over here. And they added this section on, I believe, in the 1960s. So pretty much that's when a lot of the stuff were put in around the 60s. And it was just in bad shape, but we saw a lot of potential. We just pretty much grabbed the house and we went with it from there. We just really love the area. We love being here. We love the house.
Well, you've already done some improvements. Tell me about the improvements you've already done.
We decided to go ahead and get the new roof on there. We started seeing some leaks begin to occur.
It's got to have a roof.
And obviously we've installed a new heating and air conditioning unit. Just recently installed a brand new privacy fence, brand new siding and shake. The last thing that we did was had a few guys come in and just make sure that the concrete was stable and make sure that the foundation was still good on it. You know, after 100 years, the house starts to settle.
That's right, yeah. It's over 100 years now, yeah.
Yeah, right.
All right, well, let's take a look at this 3-light window over here we're gonna do. Tell me about what your idea was here to do something different with this.
So that was pretty much all Brittany. I didn't know whether or not she was going to want more of a picturesque type window, but this is kind of my office space in here, but it also is the direct throw of light.
Yeah, sunlight.
Right into the living room. So we wanted something that we didn't want to have to cover up necessarily all of the time. And I also wanted something that if I was gonna be sitting in my office that I could, you know, basically look out, have a nice view.
And going with the 3-light here, this is very common where we take a picture window, 2 double hungs and convert it. So you'll see when we tear out these mullions and these mullions come out and then we put the 3-light in, now you'll also have the ability to slide one end or the other open and get a little air on these nicer days. Right. And then of course all this will get trimmed out. So this is gonna be a really big transformation. I'm really excited to see this one.
I'm really excited about it too.
So tell me about the process of when you first started looking at windows. Tell me about your experience of calling companies out and getting quotes. How many quotes did you wind up getting?
I'd hate to actually throw the number out there, but,
Several.
But there were several quotes. We were basically looking to save a buck. You know, we're a working family. Our dollar has to stretch. Luckily, my wife Brittany, she talked to a colleague of hers, and she had said, "Hey, I just got all my windows done through Window World." And she said, "Really?" Because I was looking at that, but she said, "I thought they might be a little too pricey." And she goes, "No, let me tell you the deal that I got." And we just both kind of went, "You're kidding me." Okay, well, let's go ahead and let's give them a call.
Tell me about the process when you had people come out and they started to give you a quote. Did you run into a lot of that high pressure sales tactic and that start high, or?
There were a few places that were, you know, very much like, you got to get this done now. If you don't get it done now, these prices aren't going to last. And some weren't very high pressure, but just the dollar figure didn't make sense. A couple of the guys that came here were actually very, very nice. It wasn't within their timetable versus our timetable, or we weren't actually able to get what we wanted because they weren't able to provide that. They might have to go outside and get it from a different vendor, which might drive the price up. We came to you and we sat down and had the conversation. It was pretty much a one-stop shop.
When you did the homework, what stood out about Window World? What surprised you about Window World?
Really was the customer satisfaction. Everybody was very happy about the speed, the efficiency, the quality of the product that you guys offer.
You're talking about reviews.
I'm talking about reviews and from talking and word of mouth.
Okay,
yes,
okay.
Definitely.
When it was all said and done, what pushed you over the edge about Window World? Was price the primary factor driving that?
Of course, price is always going to be the primary factor, but it's a combination of that, because even if we had to spend $2,500, as long as we're going to have it with a company or somebody that's going to treat us fairly and everything else. But all of it was just, you know, wrapped up in a nice little bow for us. Yeah. So at the end of the day, it was pretty much a no-brainer for us.
When you're talking about quality to price, you know, us having the buying power that we have allows us to sell that highest quality at the best price. Did you have anyone else that you saw that had the process as simple as we did as far as printed pricing?
No, definitely not. It was always, we'll have to get back to you on a quote. Yeah. It was never just presented right in front of us, you know, that day.
Yeah,
well, let me give you a call back, or let me see what I can do and I'll text you back, you know.
I'm still surprised in today's world that there's still so many people that fall for that or think there's a buy today price. If they're saying they got to call you back or the price is different, 3 days later they call you back or do a manager special, they would have taken your money that day. How would you have felt about them? You know, it's like unethical.
Not good. Not good at all. Sometimes you hear a lot about buyer's remorse in those situations. Next thing you know, oh, what were we thinking? We should have waited. We really should have waited and done our homework a little better.
Have you been watching Joseph and Corbin doing the installation today? Have you gotten to see what?
I have. I've been trying to stay out of their way, but I've been kind of in and out, just looking to see what they've been doing.
It's good to be nosy.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, no. They were very, very open and free with the work that they were doing. So
when you see the old window come out and you see the new window go in, what surprised you about that?
The ease that it was for them to do it, number one. Number two was the look. Just completely changed the entire dynamic of the house. I can tell right now that once the entire project is finished, we're gonna have a sharp looking house.
Yeah, they said when they got here this morning, this one's really gonna pop. It's gonna be a dramatic change. So,
and you can tell just from looking at it, we're experiencing, you know, the after effects of just the age of the windows with the heat that comes in during the summer and then the cold during the winter. Those are the two biggest things.
Well, when we talk to you again later, after you've had them a little while, we're going to do a post interview, and I'm curious to get your reaction. Actually, that's two of the biggest comments we get. The first day we hear how much quieter it is, and after about a month we get the comment, we can't believe what it did to our electric bill. So we're going to get a post interview with you later, since you've got 14 plus these two big windows and a patio door. I'm real curious. We're going to be kind of a little bit out of the summer heat, you know. That's the one thing I really want to capture from the viewer's point of view, from your point of view, a customer's point of view, is just what that difference was. And I don't think people really realize that that's an immediate impact once you get them. You know, most people say, oh, it made my house quiet, but they get that first electric bill and it's like, oh my gosh, you know, it really makes a big impact.
Definitely. I'm looking forward to that myself.
Let's go around back and I want to talk to you about your patio door. Was looking at this earlier and said he didn't think that would be any problem. It looks pretty level.
Good.
As far as with the way the brick settled, it all settled the same.
Yeah, it all settled at the same
being able to cap this out and get that to look brand new again is going to be easy.
Definitely.
And I'm really impressed that nothing above it collapsed. You know, you can see where the corner fell. But it doesn't really need tuck pointing. It's in good shape. And over here, I just want to point out, we took the awning down. My favorite friend is the Hornets. And you can see they were living up under there the whole time. But you know, I make the point that you won't need that awning anymore because of the low E glass. You're going to filter that ultraviolet. Where this was facing, you know, this is the west side of the house where you were getting all that bombarding sun. You're not going to feel that as bad. You'll still feel some of it. You're not going to eliminate all of it, but you won't need that ugly awning up there anymore, as that thing had seen its days.
Oh, definitely.
Let's talk about this patio door. So I realized that this door was probably part of that remodel you spoke of, but tell us about this door and how much fun this has been.
Oh gosh. We used to have to keep a piece of wood back behind that section over there just to keep the door from sliding. We had a screen in front of this section of the door. Of course, we had to take it down because somebody decided to walk straight up through it. This was actually one of the pieces that made us, you know, fall in love with the house. Was, you know, we thought, you know, we have access from the living room directly out here. The previous owner, she had a swimming pool out here. This basically led straight out to the pool from this area. And we saw a lot of potential here just for an area where we can come out, have friends, sit, enjoy a fire. So yeah, this is mainly one of the things that we saw potential for future projects.
Is this one leaking a lot of air?
Oh, definitely. And definitely. And we can feel it the most during the wintertime. During the summertime, we have to keep a complete blockout curtain in front of it. Otherwise, the living room gets way too hot.
That kind of defeats the purpose of a beautiful view and a beautiful patio door.
It does.
Right?
Absolutely.
And then now this one lost its seal? Is it fogging in between?
It is.
Okay, so there's a couple of factors there why you replace the door. You're going to be thoroughly excited when you can just flip the lever and slide it right open.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And know it's locked and not have to worry about
100%.
Well, this one's going to be exciting to see when we're done too. So Brittany, I talked to Jeremy about this beautiful patio door yesterday. Tell me why you're excited to get this replaced.
The biggest thing is the efficiency. It fogs up when it's like really hot or cold outside.
Seal failure, yeah.
The lock does not work, so we have to have the stick in the track, and it's really hard to open and close.
Yeah,
I
wheels
have to
are gummed up.
use my whole body weight. We don't have a screen currently either. Somebody walked into it. It broke.
Well, screen
We just don't use it.
because you can't,
Yeah.
And it's sad because you got this nice patio, so
Yeah.
that makes it hard. Well, these old Anderson patio doors are what we see a lot of when this remodel was done on the house. They added on, this is probably from the 70s or the 80s. We replaced a lot of these. And so when we get it installed, and we'll go over the features with you of the new door and the screen frame and how easy it glides. These old ones sit on a different kind of track than we use nowadays, and they're just not built the same way. But the air leakage you're feeling is because the two doors in the middle, they just meet, they're not cuffed, and all the new doors are cuffed, our door's cuffed. So I'm really excited to see this when it's all said and done.
Yes, me too.
Here we are at the end of the project. I just want to make sure this is more than you expected, or at least what you expected.
Oh my gosh.
It looks amazing.
That is fantastic. It's like night and day.
So much better.
Yeah, and no big gap at the bottom.
No.
big crack
No
at
more.
the bottom. No more peeling paint.
No, definitely not.
No more having to look at ugly sashes ready to fall out. Yeah. Well, and this will achieve two things. First, you'll get the energy efficiency right out of the gate.
Right.
And you'll notice that tonight as you're cooling the house down. You'll notice the traffic going by being quieter too. That's something people say right out of the gate is they notice the quiet being quieter.
Definitely, I couldn't be more happy.
So what really makes the difference is the fact that now all of the wood is completely capped and covered. And this is a vinyl clad aluminum, so it's vinyl bonded to aluminum so the guys could bend it and shape it, but it will act like vinyl siding, so it'll be easy to keep clean. You can wipe it no matter what happens to it, and it won't get chalky like the old stuff used to get chalky and run down the brick.
So it's more like a custom fit than more than anything.
It is. It's hand bend made. All that was made on site and then sealed up with pure silicone. That's all we use. So you're watertight, you're maintenance free, and you're airtight forever. All right, so let's go take a look at your new patio door.
Yeah, let's.
And these came out really nice.
I know, they look so good.
I mean, and without the ugly awning.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that.
No, it was such an
without
eyesore.
the old awning, without
There's been
the
multiple
dated
times
awning.
even with the siding project, we wanted to get that thing off of there.
Yeah, and you know, the nice thing about this style of house is you had the big wide facing, so now that it's all trimmed off and never have to paint it again, it really pops, especially with your new siding. It looks fantastic. These doubles, both of these doubles came out awesome. I mean, you stand back here and I know now you'll want to take that awning down and paint it, but both of these doubles really came out nice. They really did. And I'm so glad you decided to do the grids because it really pops. It really does. And it fits the style of the house perfectly,
It's gonna be great because especially at nighttime, the sun really does beat in through these
This
two
is
windows
the side of
right
the house
here.
that gets nailed. It used to be so hot.
So here we are.
Yeah.
Your new patio door.
Absolutely. We're gonna be able to come out from the house.
Yeah.
Right out here.
And you'll use your patio, and you got a nice sliding screen. Very easy. Look, one finger operation. You can open and close. There's even a wool pad behind here to keep the bugs out from getting inside. There's even a catch on this that catches inside of there. So no more fogging up, energy efficient, blocking all the light. But the look, what do you think of the look?
Just perfect with exactly what we were looking for this part of the house.
Yep.
Biggest thing is the entertainment. We want to be able to have people be able to enter and exit, super freely, and this is going to definitely help whenever we have those parties.
Absolutely. It'll make your patio a lot more accessible, and you'll be able to come out and enjoy the fire and go in and get a soft drink.
We just need to warn them not to walk in front of the screen door.
Yeah, don't walk through the screen. Now we can open the door and just let the fresh air in too.
We'll go inside and look at it here in a second, but were you surprised about the look on the inside?
Absolutely.
It looks really good.
The old one's thrown away now, so it's
Yeah.
too late. We're not going back.
That's all right. Somebody else can take care of it now.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we are on the inside of your brand new patio door. How do you like this?
It's beautiful.
It really helps with the look of the living room too, because the old patio door was just such, I mean, it was such an eyesore, really. We always had to keep, a piece of wood over there to keep it shut
Yeah,
at
the
all
lock
times.
didn't work. Now we got a nice.
Yep, and now you've got multi-point locking hardware here, so when it is unlocked, you've got 2 bolts that lock into that male-female steel plate.
Oh, okay.
So,
Double.
and you'll see how they pop out, but they won't actually engage until the door's fully shut. So
Oh,
once the
okay.
door's fully shut, then it will lock.
All
Okay.
right.
And you won't need a stick in the track, and
Right.
Yep.
yeah, you won't need
No, that gives
somebody
us an
coming in.
extra, just added level of security too, just to be able to have everything all locked up and not worry about that.
And this is high efficiency, low E glass with argon in between. So you're going to notice a big difference in the wintertime, holding that heat in the winter and keeping that heat out in the summer.
Yeah, I can already notice it right now. Just the
Yeah.
the level of heat in the house is not quite as
Yep.
intense as it used to be.
Well, Jeremy, Brittany, I just want to thank you again for letting us bring the cameras into your house and showing it from a customer's
Absolutely.
perspective. Just want to ask you, did everything meet or exceed your expectations?
Yes, it did.
Yes.
100%.
Excellent.
Everything went in and, super easy. The customer service you guys provided was nothing but over and above the top of what we expected. So thank you for that.
Well, I appreciate that. And so from here on out, we always say, now you're in the family.
Right.
So they're our baby for life, no matter what happens. If it's a rock from a mower, kid with a BB gun, you accidentally break them cleaning them, the seal fails, you have any issues at all, we're here for you.
Okay.
All right.
So
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us out.
Yes.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Joe.